Non hablo de detrás hay una inyección de la pared. Johnny, rangi lore ba ni ba tu da lo. Ni ba 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 ba. Hmm? Kita lagi apa? Halo, halo. Halo. No, Simon. Simon.
Hello, Reverend.
Yes, how are you?
Oh, greetings.
Are you getting me clear?
Yes, I'm getting you right in Bamenda, Cameroon.
Oh,
Yes, it's a pleasure meeting you.
the students are still coming. Eh?
Yes, we have to wait.
Okay, let us wait for
Thank you.
10 minutes or 15. Johnny, the place in that you will attend. So when you are ready, you can tell me to begin. Hello. Hello, Samson, Simon. Hmm. Simon, you are welcome. Wilson, you are also welcome. Hello. I think it's time for us to start the class. It's time for us to start the lesson, please. Hello. Hello. Hello, Simon. Simon. Hello. 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 Joni, sitaki respond yoyote. Kwa nataka nianze. Sasa nitaendeleaje na watu hawasikii? Hello. Hello. Are you getting me, please? Bai alinabo yarambo bakabari. Akili. Hey, hapa nao. Hello. Hello, Linus. Hello, Linus.
Hello, sir.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir, we are getting you clearly.
Yeah. Can we now begin the lesson?
Yeah, I think so, sir.
Okay. We are on lesson 6. Lesson 6. And yesterday we had covered the vocabulary of lesson 6 under subheading 31, vocabulary. Today we are beginning with subtopic 32. It is about the feminine nouns of the second declension. The feminine nouns of the second declension. When I say the feminine nouns of second declension, you may wonder, what am I referring to? What I'm referring to here is that the feminine nouns of second declension means that the nouns are feminine, but their ending are of second declension. That is what I mean. They are feminine nouns, but their ending, they have a second declension ending. And you will see that we have a few second declension nouns ending in Omicron, sigma, Omicron, sigma, or in short, they end in os, Omicron, sigma, but they are feminine. For example, I have given he eremos, he eremos. That is the example I have given. And he eremos, the article shows that eremos is a feminine. That is how you can identify the feminine nouns of second declension. You can identify them by their article, because their article is always feminine and is titled as eta with a rough breathing, eta with a rough breathing. So we refer to it as he eremos, which means the desert. He eremon means the desert. And we have another one, he hodos, he hodos. He hodos, it begins with a rough breathing. It begins with a vowel, Omicron, with a rough breathing at the top of it. So I may say, he hodos means the way or road. The way or road. Now, the other thing I want you to note is that they are declined. They are declined according to the patterns of masculine nouns of second declension. So when you are given a feminine noun of second declension, please decline it or make it declension as you write the declension of a masculine noun of second declension. And then the other thing I want you to note is that any article or adjective or other modifiers, any article, you know what an article is, or adjective, we learned recently about the adjectives, or other modifiers associated with them, that is associated with the feminine nouns, will be in feminine. They must be declined as in feminine, as you decline the declension of a feminine. And you know what a declension is. A declension has numbers. A declension has it has cases, and also it has gender to show the gender of it. That is all that I can set under subtopic 32. The rest you can read in the notes. And then subtopic 33 is about masculine nouns of first declension. Masculine nouns of first declension. This is the opposite of the feminine nouns of the second declension. It is opposite because when I say masculine nouns of first declension, I mean they are masculine, but they have the ending of feminine nouns. And that is what you need to know. You may say, how can I identify? How can I identify the masculine nouns of first declension? You can identify it by its article. The article will show you that, and that article is ho, which means they, ho. That is Omicron with the rough breathing. So the first thing to show you that they are masculine nouns is the article. And then the second thing is the ending of the nominative case. The nominative case. What do I mean? This is what I mean. I'm on the board, please. So just look at what I'm going to write on the board for it to be easier for you to identify the masculine nouns of past declension. Now, I have given the example of all mother text. 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 Now, this is the article which shows you that this noun is masculine. And the other thing which shows you that this noun is masculine is because it has an addition of sigma here. It has an addition of sigma here, which mostly the past declension nouns do not have. For example, the first declension noun adelphe. Adelphe, which means sister. Adelphe means sister. It ends with eta, not eta sigma. This is eta sigma, not eta sigma. So, any noun that ends with eta sigma is masculine noun. So you can note the difference. And what can tell you that mother case is in the nominative case. And also adelphe is in the nominative case. So this is the only two difference that are portrayed on this masculine noun and the feminine noun. They end with s, and here they end with eta. That is s, I mean eta sigma, but here it ends with eta only. Now, you will excuse me to wrap this. And then, Mathetes actually means disciple. If you check in your notes, you'll find that Mathetes means disciple. Homathetes will mean the disciple. Homathetes, that is a noun with an article, homathetes. And then we also have ho prophetess. You can see also it has eta sigma at the end of it. And then it has the article ho at the beginning of it to show that it is masculine, but having what? Having the feminine ending or the first declension ending. Now, the other thing I need you to note under that subtopic is that the ending of the masculine nouns of the first declension differ from the pure eta. Pure eta. By pure eta, I'm referring to the pure eta type. We have done the pure eta type only in the nominative. This is what I have shown you. It differs in the nominative. How? I have shown you for ma, de, tes, and he, adelphe, adelphe. He, adelphe. Okay. So in the nominative, we have an article and we have mathetes. We showing you that mathetes is a masculine noun having the first declension ending or the feminine ending. And this one shows that this is a feminine A, and it has an ending of eta, pure eta. So when you decline this, you will find that eta appears in every step of your declension. That is in all cases of the noun. All cases, I mean, the nominative, the genitive, the dative, and the accusative and the vocative. That is what I'm referring to. The other noun is, as I told you, is the prophetess. A prophetess. Not co-prophetess, not co. Co. Co-prophetess. These are the masculine nouns having the ending of feminine or first declension noun. Here. Now, the ending of the masculine nouns of the first declension differ from the pure eta type only in the nominative, genitive, and vocative. And therefore, I'm going to give you the declension of prophetess as I show you where the differences are or the distinctiveness are. The distinctive forms are. And already I have written the declension. It's not here. It is on the other side. On your left. Here. Lesson 6. And subtopic 3.2. The declension of prophetess. Oh, so prophetess is a noun and is a masculine noun in the nominative case. That's why O has been indicated there. So when you want to do the declension of prophetess, these are the things I need you to know. The first thing is the numbers. By numbers, I'm referring to singular and plural. And I hope you are seeing the place clearly. Okay, I'm referring to numbers, singular and plural. And then after the numbers and the plural, you need to indicate their cases. By case, I mean the nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and vocative cases in singular. And also we have nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative, and vocative in the plural. So please note that. Now, in the nominative, prophetess, you can see it has this ending. Prophetess has that ending. And this is in the nominative singular, we have prophetess. In the genitive, we have prophetu, and then in the dative, we have prophetess. This is where they differ, prophetess. And in the accusative, we have also prophetess. Okay. Prophetess, prophetu. This ending is masculine. Prophetess, prophetu, and prophete, and propheten. So this is the ending of the genitive and the ending of the dative and the ending of the accusative and the ending of vocative. So actually their ending is limited to that. It has S, this is a different formation, and these are the places they differ. In the singular only. In the singular only. But in the plural, they also differ. They don't differ. They have the masculine ending. Prophety, prophetess, prophetise, and then prophetess, and then prophety. So the nominative and the vocative, they have the same ending. They have the same ending. And you will find that in all conjugation, in all declensions, the genitive of all the nouns will be in this formation. Omega nu. Omega nu. In the plural, it will be in that formation. Whether masculine, feminine, or even neuter, this will always be the ending of the genitive case. So please, you need to note that so that you cannot be confused. You cannot be confused. And also in the second, in the declension of the prophetess, you cannot not say genitive singular. Okay, genitive singular of this type of nouns will always remain O. O. So this is the stem. The stem runs up to from here to there. Up to here. And also it runs from here to there. And it runs also from here to this depth. And from there to there. Then from there. So the last consonant in this stem is tau. Tau is the alphabetical order tau. Tau is the last consonant of the stem in both singular and plural. Come up to there. So I believe you have noted that. You have noted that in both verbs and nouns, they all have stem and ending. Stem and ending. They only come to differ because this is a declension, but in verbs we do the conjugation of the verbs. The conjugation of the verbs, where we also have singular, the number singular and the plural. Then we come to first person, second person, third person, singular. And then first person, second person, third person, plural. That is with the noun. That one is what we refer to as the conjugation of a verb. But in the declension of a noun, we also have the stem and the ending. But they are divided in singular and the plural. And then they have the cases, the nominative, the genitive, the dative, the accusative, and the vocative cases. So that is how we decline the declension of the prophetess, or let me say the masculine nouns of first declension, the masculine nouns of first declension. This is how we decline them. So you will see they have the feminine ending, with the exception of where? Here, the genitive, where the ending remains masculine. But the rest, you'll find that they are the endings of the feminine. Also in the plural, I, on, eyes, is, as, I. So the ending is I, that is alpha, alpha, iota, omega, nu, alpha, iota, sigma, alpha, sigma, alpha, iota. Those are the plural endings. But in the singular ending, we have the eta sigma in the nominative, which actually enables you to identify this noun to be a masculine noun. And then the other thing which will help you when you look it into the lexicon is the article. So we have S, we have Omicron, Upsilon, and then we have Eta, we have Nu, we have Eta Nu, and here we have Alpha. So those are the endings that will appear in every masculine nouns of past declension. And you will only mark the meaning of the word by its stem, and then mark its usage in a sentence by its ending. So you will find that the endings in verbs also relates to the person or the subject in that verb, whether it is I, you, or he, she, it. And in plural, we, you, plural, and then we have they in plural, third person. That is the verbs. So mark the declensions of nouns. Mark the endings. Mark the conjugation of verbs and mark their endings. Once you mark the endings, is only when you get any other noun of similar gender, you will only find where the stem is ends, and then you add on these endings. You add on these endings. That's why Greek is it's not very complicated. It's only, it looks complicated if you are not understanding. If you do not understand, it becomes complicated. And that's why I would like to get your questions so that I can clarify myself in what I'm teaching you. So I need you to be very free to ask questions wherever you do not understand. So I now leave this and let us continue. On subtopic number 34, subtopic number 34, we have the syntax. And I told you the word syntax is not a word that can make you worry. Syntax simply means arrangement of prepositions. The syntax of prepositions means arrangement of prepositions. How prepositions are arranged. Now, under this subtopic, I would like you to know what a preposition is and mark what it is. It is stated that a preposition is a word that expresses a relationship between two words in a sentence. It expresses relationship between what? Two words in a sentence. For example, I want to explain on the board. In the form of a sentence, which you have, but don't just assume that I have it. Listen to what I'm going to explain about that sentence. Okay. Now, the syntax. Let me write the sentence down. She walked toward John. She walked toward John. John. Okay. Now, this is a simple sentence. Now, the first, to explain this is the preposition in this sentence. And this is a verb. A verb. Preposition. And this is a noun. Okay. So this preposition is telling you what she is doing. So it is showing the relationship between the verb and the noun. The verb is telling us what the subject is doing. She walked towards what? John. So this is a relationship. It tells us a relationship between a verb and a noun. So verb and then noun. Okay. And then we have the second one. They spoke. They spoke to me. This is a preposition to. Spoke is a verb. This is a preposition. And this is a pronoun. This is a pronoun. Pronoun. So in this sentence, the word, the preposition to is telling us the relationship between the verb and this pronoun. Okay. So this expresses what the subject is doing here. Okay. And the verb shows where is he going to. Okay. Where is he going to? Whom is he speaking to? Or whom did they speak to? Okay. They spoke to me. So a verb and a pronoun. And the preposition shows us the relationship between the verb and the pronoun. here it was a relationship between the verb and the noun, and here is a relationship between the verb and the pronoun. Now, we are told that that is in English. We are told that, but in Greek, you need to note that the object of a preposition may take any of the following cases. It may take any of the following cases. And these are the three cases. That is genitive, dative, and accusative. These are the cases that most prepositions take with its object. And you saw in the vocabulary, if you may turn there, you could see, for example, on your left, vocabulary, after angelos, we had apple. Apple is a preposition. And you can see in the bracket, you have been told that apple plus genitive, that is the genitive of a noun, plus the genitive of a noun means from. It means from. And then where the preposition is used in two cases. For example, if you come down to valor and then you come to dear, that is a preposition. And you can see that it is used with the two cases here. The first case is dear with the genitive. Dear with the genitive. It means through. That is when dear is added to the genitive noun, it means through. Through. And when it is added to an accusative case, it means for the sake of, for the sake of, or because of, because of. So when will you know when to use the sake of or because of? I told you yesterday, it will depend with the context of the text. Okay, so that is what it means there. And what do we see here? We see that the preposition determines the case of its object. Preposition determines the case of its object, especially when you are translating the Greek into English or the English into Greek. When you get the word through, automatically you know the noun it follows must be in genitive because it has been indicated in the vocabulary how it is used with the genitive, and then how it is used with the dative. Or we have other nouns that may preposition that may take three cases. Okay, it may be used by the three cases, that is genitive, dative, and accusative. So you need to know their meaning as genitive, its meaning as dative, and its meaning as accusative. So that's why we are saying that the preposition determines, or the preposition shows the case of if object. And the object here is actually the noun. The noun. And then another thing I need you to note under this subtopic is that prepositions that are used with more than one case, prepositions that are used with more than one case may have very different meanings with the different cases. So do not expect what the same preposition, when it is joined to genitive, to mean what when you join it to dative. No, the meanings will be very different. And also to the case of accusative, they'll be very different. The meanings will be different, as we have seen in the few cases. From the dia, you can see Genesis, it means through. And in the accusative, it means for the sake of, or because of. Sake of, or because of. So the meaning in genitive does not reflect to be the meaning in the accusative case. So you must know, when it changes to this case, know what it means. And when it changes to this case, know what it means. So it is better for you to learn of the usage of the preposition with their cases. That is, whether it is genitive or dative or accusative. That is very important, and you need to note that very clearly. And I think I gave the example of deer, which we have already seen. Okay. We now come to subtopic 35. Subtopic 35 in this lesson. I'm using subtopic 35, the numbers, because our pages are not the same. So I'm emphasizing the numbers so that we can go together. Okay. Subtopic 35 is about special construction with the preposition. Special constructions with prepositions. Prepositions. And under that, these are a few things I need you to mark up. The first one, always you must know what a preposition is. And as we have seen, the preposition always gives us a relationship between two words in a sentence. Two words in a sentence. Okay. And here we are told that preposition in every language is highly idiomatic. It's highly idiomatic. Now the question comes, what do I mean by the word idiomatic? Idiomatic is a word that comes from the word idiom. And idiom actually means a phrase or expression whose meaning is different from that of the actual words used. That's what I'm quoting. from the dictionary. Okay. An idiom is a phrase or expression whose meaning is different from that of the actual word used in a sentence. For example, I may say, he laughed. He laughed to his head. He laughed his head off. He laughed his head off. What do I mean by that? It's just someone who's burst in laughing, as someone who is insane. So that's what I mean. He laughed his head off. Is it true that his head came out from away or flew away from him? No. It is just an expression to show that he bursted in laughter to the highest pitch as someone who is not in his senses. Someone who is not in his senses. So that is what I mean by he laughed his head off. So you can see, if you take the actual meaning literally and the idiomatic meaning, they are quite different. It's just a sort of expression. So that is what I mean by that preposition in every language is highly idiomatic. Okay. And then we need to note that in English, we may use several words to translate one Greek preposition. And we have seen, for example, let us go to the vocabulary again. I don't want to go very far. Let us go to the vocabulary. The preposition dear. Of course, in genitive, it uses one word. But if you come to the accusative case, its usage in the accusative case, look at how many words that are used to translate it. For the sake of. Dear means for the sake of. Or it may mean because of. And in Greek, it's only one word. But here we are using several words, English words, to give the meaning of the preposition dear. So that is what I mean when I say in English, we may use several words to translate one Greek preposition. Okay, under it again, I need you to note that all these things are in your notes. I'm just trying to touch on the things I feel you need an explanation on it. The other thing I need you to note is that, but for now, not that, for now, learn the basic meaning given in the vocabulary list. Stick to that. Don't start finding other words and fit them in. Stick to what has been given to you in the vocabulary, especially when you are translating. Okay, that is all about that subtopic, and those are the things I needed you to know. I don't know up to this time if you have any question, please. You can ask. If you have any question, you can ask. And if you do not, then let us go to lesson, to subtopic 36. Subtopic 36. The subtopic 36 is about what we term as elision. Elision and aspiration. Elision and aspiration. And before that, if you have already read the portion, there is a word written there, hiatus. The word written there, hiatus. Okay. Please note that hiatus is stated as the succession of two vowels in adjacent words. Succession of two vowels in adjacent words. That is the words that follow one another. That is the word ending with a vowel and the other word begins with a vowel. Okay, that is what it means by hiatus. Now, it is stated that in Greek, the Greeks try to avoid this hiatus. And how? By placing a movable nu between the two vowels. The two vowels are meant to refer to the preceding word that ends with a vowel and the following word that begins with a vowel. That is what hiatus is all about. And then it is said that this occurs mostly at the end of third person singular. We are on verbs now. Third person singular and third person plural verbs in Greek tenses. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this now? Third person singular or third person plural. I'll give the examples which are very necessary to you as illustrations. Mostly, they are. You can see we have how many numbers? 6 numbers. But I want to correct something there. After number 4, I need you to correct something which was misprinted. Let me read number 4. It says that examples are, okay, and then up to the end. Now, where it begins with, in this last example, please, that is the 5th number, not the one down there examples. That is the 5th number, where the 5th number begins. So please correct and write 5 there, and then you put that. Just as in other numbers. Correct it, that correct that place, please. Now, I want to give a very simple example of what I mean by here tools and what I mean by third person singular and third person plural. Now, the example is this. Example is this. Let me write from the notebook, from the notes that you have, so that I can explain. Now, the first example given there is number one. This is in singular verbs. Singular verb. Number one. I may write this first. Esteem. 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 Oh, no, this is a brain. Esteem. And remember, we have a bracket here. This bracket shows that this no may be there or not. It may be there or not. No. So sometimes you will find this word written up to here. Don't look at it as a different word. It's the same word. It's only this is placed. No is placed because the following one, remember this is a vowel. The following word also begins with a vowel. And what is that word? It is this one. Hotel. Out. There. This is a diphthong, please. I'm putting a breathing on this, and also I'm putting the acute mark on the same because they meet on this diphthong. And always when you are putting a breathing on a diphthong, it must be on the second letter, not the first one. Now, you can see this word ends here, and it is a vowel, and then it is going to be connected to the adjacent word, which has a what? Which begins with a vowel, alpha. This is a iota. This is a vowel alpha. So, nu is just placed there, as we have been told, to avoid the collision of this and that. So, esteem, or before we put no, we normally pronounce it as st, st, st. And that's why we have a gray mark there. St. So the nu is placed here because this is the third person. of the word I am. Amy, I am. Amy. Amy. Okay. This is the third person I am. But here it is translated this way. It is translated this way. It is, this is the meaning of this here. It is this, it is this what? This woman. The woman is placed in the bracket. Why is it placed in the bracket? We learned yesterday about the subjunctive adjectives. We learned about the subjunctive adjectives, whereby we were told that in the subjunctive adjectives, you may only be given the adjective. You may only be given the adjective, or yeah, the adjective, and you are not given whether it is male or woman. No. But here, why have I used woman? It's because of this ending. Because of that ending. This ending is feminine. Eta is feminine. And that's why I'm trying to complete this sentence. It is this woman. Literally, it is translated as he, she, it is. He, she, it is. Now, this adjective is in the nominative case. And it implies it is this. It is this. This what? It is this. This adjective is this. It means this. It is this. That is how it is translated up there. Now, why am I inserting in the bracket this woman? Because if I end here, so from this we have chosen this. She. No, we have chosen this. It. This one. It is this. This what? Woman. Why are you inserting woman there? Or I may insert it is this girl. Gune in Greek. So I have inserted this because this is what? A subjunctive adjective. Subjunctive adjective. That is, you have to find the subject by the ending of this adjective. So it is in feminine, and that's why I have chosen woman. I would have chosen girl, or wife. Why? Because they fall under feminine. So I hope you see the things you are learning being applied in us. It is this what? Woman. Why have you chosen woman? It's because the adjective here ends it is feminine in gender. It's feminine in gender. And therefore I can use any feminine noun here. Woman, girl, wife, daughter, and etc. Why? Because they are in feminine or feminine. Some people say feminine, others say feminine. So please don't wonder about my pronunciation. Okay. Okay, I think let us go for a break and then we join back again after 15 minutes. Let us go for a break. We come back after 15 minutes. Do you hear me, Linus? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
let
sir.
us,
Thank you.
can take a break, and then when you come back, you will have to ask your questions, and then I will wind up the lesson.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, let us meet after 15 minutes, please. Oh. Hello, Brother Linus. Hello. Linus. Estela. Estela. Estela Blaine. Hello, Fang Eric Ko. Hello, Linus. Hello, Brother Linus. Any person with a question, please. In what we have covered.
Sir,
Hello, Linus. Linus,
Hello, sir.
yeah, is who has a question? Do you have any question, or do students have any question to ask?
I don't have a question for now, sir.
So I just go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to go ahead because of time. Okay. Now, on the board, I have written another sentence. I have written another sentence, but in the first one, I hope you have caught up what I was speaking about. This is actually third person singular. Third person singular. ST. It ends with a vowel, iota. And the next word adjacent to it is, it begins with the vowel alpha. So normally this no is placed there. Okay. To avoid what? Here too. To avoid here too. So this is third person singular, and this is third person plural. You can see ace. It ends with the iota, and the following word follows. It begins with a vowel omicron. Omicron. So the nu is placed here, as stated in your book, textbook. This is added there to avoid what? hiatus. Now, how is it translated? Ace means they. We'll be doing the conjugation of any later. Is when you know these words and their meaning. So this ace means they are. They are and uton. They are these plural. This singular. This plural. Is singular. Are plural. So you can see the two examples I'm giving. First person, third person singular, and the third person plural. It, they, this, are, this, these. This one. Look at the end here. That is the plural of masculine. The ending of the plural of masculine in the nominative case. And how do we translate this? It is this one. This man. This man. Or I may say these boys. So in plural, here is singular woman, here is plural man. So this is how, where the hiatus occurs. And they are close by this. No. Okay. And then next, I want us to, we are told that hiatus in Greek is avoided when a preposition that ends with a vowel comes before a noun that begins with a vowel. So what do I mean here? Hiatus in Greek is avoided when a preposition, that ends with a vowel comes before a noun that begins with a vowel by using elision. By using elision. What is elision? Elision is actually, elision is dropping of a final vowel of the preposition. For example, I need to give examples. Let me, we are done with this one, and therefore I have to grab and then I write another examples to what we are currently going to learn. For example, we have in this sentence, apo, ouranu, ouranu. Apo Oranu. Apo Oranu. So they say hiatus in Greek is avoided when a preposition, this is a preposition, apo. When a preposition does what? Ends with a vowel. This is the vowel. With a vowel, comes before a noun. This is a noun. Comes before. It is coming before the noun. So comes before the noun. Oranu. Oranu is a noun. And this noun is in the genitive case. Why? Because of its ending. Its ending. Now, this is a vowel, and this one begins also with the vowel. Now, how are we to avoid here too? Here. So we are going to avoid here too by dropping this this vowel here from the preposition. And how is it going to remain? It is going to remain up. And then we put this mark here to show that a vowel has been dropped here. A vowel has been dropped. Why? Because the noun here begins with a vowel. It has been dropped because the noun here begins with a vowel. Okay? So, this actually means when we write up, oh, rano. Okay, up, oh, rano. Which means, it means from heaven. Apo plus genitive, apo plus genitive, it means what? It means from. From. Orano is heaven. From heaven. Heaven. So this is a noun in the genitive case, singular. A noun in a genitive case, singular. Okay. So how has this come about? We have dropped this to avoid the acute in Greek. Up or unknown. Apo or uranu. So that is what is avoided. Up or unknown. It means from heaven. From heaven. So we drop this vowel. When this is a preposition and it is coming before a noun which begins with a vowel, then you need to drop that. You need to drop the vowel here. Here it is dropped, and now it is a step. of pronunciation. And then another one. Originally, this is meta. This is meta. This is meta. Meta. This is meta. Angelou. Angelou. Meta Angelou. Angelou. Meta Angelou. Now, this is another preposition. Now it ends with a vowel, this vowel, and it is followed by a noun, Angelou, with a vowel. So what is going to be done? This one is going to be dropped, and then we write it out. Meta, just write it met. Then you put this there. Angelou. Angelou. Okay. So it will read met Angelou. Met Angelou, not meta Angelou. Met Angelou. Apple or no. Up or no. Up or no. So meta means what? Meta plus genitive. Remember, this is genitive because of the ending. It is in genitive noun singular. It's singular. That's why it has that ending. So how do I translate it? I translate it with an angel, with. So meta means with. And it is with if it is followed by a genitive noun with an angel. Oh, I'm forgetting to write a big A here. This is a big A. This is angel. Okay, with an angel. With an angel. Okay, with an angel. So this is the first one. Then it changes to that. This is the second one. Then it changes to that when the vowel is dropped. Then the third, the last one, we have dia, oiku, oiku. Dia oiku which means dia with the genitive. Now, dia with the genitive or dia plus genitive noun. It is translated through a house. So first of all, let us drop. We are going to drop this. Okay, and it will be written D. Okay, Here, or you cook. Here, or you cook, which means through a house. Through a house. Through a house. Okay. So here we have dropped this alpha because it's followed immediately with another vowel, omicron. So D oik, D oik, not dia oik, D oik, D oik, met angelu, up uranu, from heaven with an angel through a house. So the preposition determines the usage of a noun in each case. It determines the usage of a noun in each case. Okay. So those are examples. And then example 5, I think you'll have to read it on your own self. Example 5. But the things I want to touch on in that example is actually I hear a here to is not avoided. In number 5, a here to is not avoided even with elision. It is not avoided even with elision. But at times, the word following one of these prepositions may begin with a rough breathing. A word following one of these prepositions may begin with a rough breathing, not a smooth breathing. All these have been followed with smooth breathing. This is a smooth breathing, smooth breathing, smooth breathing, smooth breathing, smooth breathing with an accent, smooth breathing with an accent. But now we want to see if the preposition is followed with a word, that is, after it, the following word begins with a rough breathing. What happens? What happens? That's what I want us to observe as I write them on the board. So Greek is not just reading as you are reading your notes in what and what. Greek demands you to practice. You need to have your own board in your house where you can do your practical work. Your practical work. If I could be with you in the class, you would have done a lot of writing on the board as I test you. But because of the distance, I don't feel actually I have really met what I needed. But I trust God that you are good students and you are going to do your homeworks. I'll need them later for marking. Okay. Now, here truth is not avoided even with elision. Cannot be avoided even with elision. But at times, the word following one of these prepositions may begin with a rough breathing. And we are told that when it happens, the final consonant of the preposition after elision is usually aspirated. Aspirated means to make the two sounds more harmonious. Now, I want to give examples so that I can explain for you to understand. Now, we have the first example. Okay. The first example may be the last consonant of the preposition may be tau. Tau. Okay. It may be tau, which means tau this. Okay. Tau chi in Greek. Tau. It may be tau. This is the name of this. Tau. Now, if that is the case, when you have dropped the vowel that was the after tau, when you have dropped it, and the word that follows, or the noun that follows, begins with a rough breathing. This is a rough breathing. For example, if it is on Omicron, I'll pronounce this ho, not o. I'll pronounce it ho, this way. Ho, not o. Okay? So, when that is done, this tau or a T changes to theta, changes to theta. Theta, the name, theta. Okay, which is this? Theta. Changes to theta. Okay. And the other one, number 2, we have pi, pi, pi. Okay, that is the name of the letter, and this is the consonant in Greek, pi. This one, pi, is this one. Now, they are saying that if it is pi, after the dropping, it remains p. They are saying that this p changes to p. P. This is also the name, and the letter is P. This P. P. Okay. So we have seen that, and then I need to give example 1. The example I'm giving here refers to this. Okay. In example one, this one. Okay, we have, let me write the phrase. We have meta, meta meta. This is meta first. Meta hey. You see, this word begins with a rough breathing. Meta hemera. Hemera. Meta hemera. Hemeran. Meta hemeran. Now, this letter here is the vowel, and this letter also is a vowel. Now, the first thing we do here, we do what we refer to as elision, that is dropping. So it will become, this will become me. Okay, me. For example, the first place, me. Okay, with this to show we have dropped a letter here, and then it becomes what? Hemera, hemeran, hemeran, met hemeran, met hemeran, not meta hemeran, no, met hemeran. Now, because the last letter which remains here is tau, this. And it is followed by the vowel with the rough breathing. This letter has to change. It has to be changed to me. It has to be changed to me. Me. Theta. Theta. Me. Me. And then you also do what? You need to put here that to show only this letter has changed to this. Why? Because that rules is applied here. Is applied there. And then Meran. Hemeran. Hemeran. Now you can see this place has changed. First of all, I wrote it as it is pronounced in Greek with all the letters that are needed. And then I had to do elision first. Elision. That is, I had to drop this. So here I did elision. I did elision. That is dropping this letter. Here I have now dropped that letter. Now, but still another condition still follows, that the last letter, okay, or consonant here, which is tau, is supposed to be changed to what? theta. So I have to rewrite again. Met, I'm now changing this to theta. Met Cameroon. Met Cameroon. Meta Cameroon, no. So there is here to here. So we have to remove the here to by dropping alpha and remaining with met. Now, after dropping alpha and remaining with met, again another step we need to take is to change the tau, which is this one, into theta. And that one I have done what? Now, let me read again. A here truth is not avoided even with addition, but at times the word following one of these prepositions may begin with a rough greeting. When it happens, the final consonant, so this is the final consonant here. The final consonant, what happens to it? The final consonant, okay, of the preposition. This is the preposition. This is the final consonant remaining. Now, after addition, this is addition, is usually aspirated. Aspirated. That is to make the two sounds more harmonious. The two sounds more harmonious. Which two sounds? The sound of tau and emera. How do we make them harmonious? By changing the tau into theta. And how do I now read this? I read it as met, emeran, met, emeran. Now, met, emeran means what? After a day. After. It means after a day. After a day. Hemeran. Met Hemeran. Meta Hemeran, yes, it still means this. Met Hemeran, yes, it still means this. But to come to the conclusion of this meaning, we must do all these steps. So this is step one. You write the word as it is literally, and then you come to show how you now come to drop addition, and then net. This is now, it comes to harmony. Harmony, to harmonize. Here you are doing harmonization of the two words, this and this. Net, Emeran. Net, Emeran. Here, then you do what? Harmony. Or harmonize. Harmonize. The word, the two words, this and this. The preposition and the noun. Let Emeran. So after a day. Now, the second example. Second example here. Okay. Now, in the second example, we may have apo, okay, apo, Remember, this is pi. Now, apo Hodo. Oh, this is a rough breathing. Oh, do. Hodo. Apo Hodo. Apo Hodo. Now, this preposition ends in a vowel. And the following noun begins with a vowel. So we need to do what? Addition here. And how do we do it? We now come to a, o, do, up, or do, up, or do. Now, coming to the second step, where we need to do harmonization of this word and this. The final consonant is I. This, I, this, I, this. Now, this has to change to P. It has to change to P. Now, how do we do it now? Now you come to this is you have done addition. Addition. You have done addition by dropping this. And here you need to do what? Harmonization. Harmonization. Now, in harmonization, you are told this pi is supposed to be P. Okay? P. So it becomes this way. P. Very what? That, and then you write Odo. Odo. Okay? Odo. Okay? Oh no, it's do. Odo. So here you have done what? Harmonization. Harmonization. After that harmonization, then the phrase remains up or do, up or do, up or do, up or do, up or do. Okay, so when you get a preposition ending with a vowel and the noun beginning with a rough breathing on a vowel, then these are the steps you are supposed to go through. Okay, you have to do addition, and then you come and do what? Harmonization. Okay, and then so that is it with that section. That is it with that section. I know you are saying, this is terrible. How can I know all these things? But if you are committed, these are no problem. In fact, my first class in Greek was terrible. Was terrible. And I had even to drop it, not dropping, it was a must. I must pass it I must do it and pass it in order for me to get my degree. Yeah, was a must. So I came to realize the Greek was not something hard afterward. And it became now my favorite subject. I hated it, but it's now my favorite subject. Why? It's because of having a determination to know it. And also, you know, I learned this in a foreign country, in Singapore, and the Singaporeans normally speak very fast. So it was very difficult for me to understand. But as days went on, I came to gain an interest in it. And I started performing well in it. And I thank God. I continued to do it in my master's class, where I did quite a lot on that. And something came into my mind. How can I help my brethren? Because normally things are driven very fast because they don't mind whether you understand or not. And rarely you ask a question. So I said, no, I have to find a way of helping my dear brethren, because most of them shied off from Greek. And they said, no, if that is the case, then I better stop here. So they failed to get their degrees because of that. And gave me a body. And that is what I'm actually eager to do, to help you have that interest, gain that interest, so that you also may help others. Don't look at something hard. You are able to do it. So now, other examples you may read in number 6. Another example in number 6, maybe let me give you one example. One example in number 6. Under subheading addition and aspiration. Let me use your textbook. I write one sentence on the board, and then I explain. You know, by explaining is when now you can come to understand. But just by hearing, it's really very hard. And I would encourage you always have your pen on the board. Try to ask yourself, do I know this? Can I remember this? Am I able to explain this to the understanding of your student? Okay. So let me give another example. The last example on this. If you go to number verse 6, we are told that another word which usually undergoes addition, is Allah. We have a word in Greek which is referred to as Allah. It's not a Muslim Allah. Not a Muslim Allah, but this has a different meaning. The word Allah. This word undergoes what we refer to as addition. It undergoes only addition. That is dropping this. Alpha. When the next word again begins with what? With a vowel. Now, let me use it in a phrase, and this is the phrase. Blepo. Ble. Po. Blepo. Blepo actually means I see. I see. Blepo. Blepo. Or blepo. Blepo. I see. So let me put it in phrase. Blepo. Allah. I'm writing it literally. Allah. Literally past Allah. Blepo Allah. Oh. Oh. Blepo Allah. Oh. Is still. Is still. Is still. Is still. Now, this is a verb, blepo, which means I see. I see. You see. I see, comma. And then Allah means that. But. Allah means but. I do not believe. I see, but I do not believe. I see, but I do not believe. This is what this sentence means. I see, but I do not believe. How do I get? So I see is blepo, Allah is but, literally, and then oh is not. Is Joe. Oh is Joe. Now, this word means not. Okay? It means not. Now, Joe means I believe. This one. I believe. I see, but it's a contrast. It shows a contrast. Yes, I have seen, but do I believe? Do I believe? You can see something, but do you believe? Okay. We don't just believe anything. There are specific things that we need to believe in. And they must be genuine things, not everything. So this is why this person is saying, yes, I see, but I do not believe. The reason why he does not believe is not given to us. It is not given to us. Maybe if we would have extended and stated why he does not believe, then that could have solved our question here. But then the statement remains just that way. Now, what are we supposed to do in this statement in Greek? First of all, we need to drop this in Greek. So it becomes lepo, lepo. Okay. Allah. I do addition now. Addition. Allah. Okay. Allah. No, al. Not Allah now. Al. U. Al. U. Al. U. Let me write here. Is you are. So this now says, I see, but I now is another emphasis. This is a verb. This is a verb. This is a conjunction. And this is, it shows negativity. Shows negativity. Now, so when we are writing this literally, it may be I see, comma, but not I believe. Because this is a contrast. It shows a contrast in what we are seeing. What is that contrast? I see, but instead of writing this I following the verb, we now write this way. I see, but, and then we begin I do not believe that I do not believe. So this is showing negativity. I don't believe what I see. I don't believe what I see. I see, but I do not believe. I don't believe what I see, but I do not believe. what I see. Okay? I do not believe. So we have done an elision here because there is a vowel here which has been dropped. Why? Because it is followed by a vowel, a word that begins with a vowel. Okay, now let us come to the last subtopic. The last subtopic, which is neuter plural. Neuter plural, subject with singular verb. Neuter plural, subject with singular verb. Okay. Neuter plural subject with singular verb. What do we see there? We are told that one, subjects and verbs in Greek and English subject and verbs in Greek and English are supposed to agree in number. They are supposed to agree in number. But the contrast is this. But a partial exception to this is that is the neuter plural subject, which in Greek takes a singular verb. It takes a singular verb, not a plural verb. Neuter plural subject takes a singular verb, not a plural verb, as it was stated in the first rule. Subject verbs in Greek and English are supposed to agree in number. So we have the contrast, but in Greek, the neuter plural subjects, they take a singular verb. Now, I need to give an example and explain it on the board. I need to give an example. I think I should be this. Now, under subtopic 37, number 37, neuter plural subject with a singular verb. Now, I write this sentence. Ta tekna. Ta tekna. Ta tekna. Ta tekna. Oh. Oh. Ta tekna. Oh. Oh. K. 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 10. K, 10. This should be great. 10. Alethean. Adebayan. 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 Literally, this is translated. Ta is a plural article to the noun tekna. And they are a neuter. Neuter nominative. So it is translated they. Ta is they. It's an article for tekna. They. Who are they? Tekna is children in plural. Okay. Children. The children. Why is it in neuter? Because children can be girls or boys, or a mixture of both girls and boys. So tekna, oh, as I told you, oh here means not. Oh. So remember, tekna here ends with a vowel, and the following word begins with a vowel, this. So it says, O ginoske. O ginoske. That is do not. Do not. Children do not. It's negative. Do not hear. Do not know. Do not know. Do not know. Children do not know. Do not know the truth. Children do not know the truth. They do not. So this is plural, but this is singular. They do not know the truth. Children do not know the truth. So what is there? Here we see this is nominative, nominative plural of tekna, taking a singular verb, ginoske. Why do I say singular? Because of the ending of the verb. The ending of the verb is a. And a, ginoske, is third person singular verb. Third person singular verb, which may be translated as he, or it. That is a literal translation. It. No. That's good. So he, she, it. We omit she or a he because this is neuter. So we remain with it. The children do not. Okay. And instead of using it, it is here omitted because we know what it here refers to as children. So the children do not know truth. Children do not know the truth. Now, it's time for question. In case you have any question, please, I give you an opportunity to ask question. Linus and others, Simon, Wilson, and Barry, Picheren or what? Yeah. Hello, Linus. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Any question?
No, sir. It looks like we'll go over the notes before I really have questions.
Yeah, you have read. Linus,
Hello, sir.
you have gotten the point I was trying to explain.
Yes, I was trying to get it, even though it's really complicated.
Okay, it's not complicated. Where is it becoming complicated? Yeah? Ask. You know, we learn by asking questions.
You're right, sir.
Mm. Hello. So I think we need to come to the end of our lesson today. Linus? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we will have to end there. And there are questions, practice and review. You can read through and then on today is when? Today is Thursday. Huh?
Today is Wednesday, sir.
So tomorrow we will go to lesson 7.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And if you will have questions on what we have learned, I still welcome them tomorrow. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so good night.
Thank you for your efforts.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night,
Reverend.
sir. Good night. Good night.
Good night. God bless you.
Amen.
We meet tomorrow, same time.
Good night, Dinos.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night, Linus.
Good night, buddy. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.